Andrew?
Yeah, I'm very good, Anne. Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Good, I'm very well, thanks. Your hair is looking very voluminous. I'm quite envious.
What it is, that's lockdown hair. Well, it's always like this, to be fair, but it's probably slightly bigger at the moment. But yeah, can't complain.
No, not at all. Well, your band is described as heavyweight blues rock, and you're a power trio.
Yes. I don't know how you describe us really. I suppose we are kind of classic rock, but we've got a sort of blues sort of element to us. I'm very much into the blues, but I mean, we do more the kind of hard rock thing. But yeah, I don't know. Beyond that, I don't know what you put it into really. We're just kind of
you don't need to have a label, do you? Really, you don't need to fit in any specific category or box. I believe you got something special happening in September. So tell us about that.
Yeah, we have. So our debut album finally comes out in September. Obviously, with COVID, it was meant to come out last September, stroke October. Obviously, that all kind of fell by the wayside. So it's finally coming out. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. I think regardless of what happens, it's coming out in September now. Yeah. So our debut album comes out. Very, very excited about that. So we've sort of worked with a few different people on that. We recorded it at Brighton Electric Studios in Brighton, obviously.
No way.
And like The Cure and Royal Blood and people like that were sort of recorded there. It's like really awesome studio. With George Donahue kind of producing and engineering. And then during lockdown, the whole opportunity came up to work with Kevin Shirley of sort of Iron Maiden and Joe Bonamassa and Black Country Communion production sort of fame. He was sort of open because he was in lockdown. He was open to kind of mixing stuff for bands. So we asked him to initially do a couple of tracks, and it ended up being like the whole album. So he's mixed it, and then it's mastered by Pete Mayer, who's mastered everyone from like U2 and Rolling Stones to Katy Perry and God knows who else. And,
no big deal then.
Well, yeah, not really. Just your average kind of,
Just your average kind of guy, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it sounds amazing. We're really happy with it. Couldn't have made a better record. It's literally the best record, and it was a dream come true. Sort of like working with Kevin Shirley, albeit obviously remotely via email and whatever. But if I could work with any producer in the world, I think I speak on behalf of the whole band, it would have been him anyway. So the opportunity for him to actually mix our album was just unbelievable, really.
That's
really
brilliant.
And it sounds like one of his records. He's got a very distinct, anyone that knows his stuff knows he has a particular sound. So, and it sounds like one of his records. That's the most unbelievable thing as well. You listen to it, you go, oh my God, I can hear it. I can hear that drum sound, that guitar sound, it's kind of.
I can tell you're delighted with it. So that's fabulous. Do you have a date for the release?
I think we do, and I've forgotten it. I think it might be the 3rd of September or something like that. Will be proper announcements at some point, but obviously everything's still kind of floating around a little bit. But
and do you have a name for it?
Yes, I do actually, and this is an exclusive. Nobody knows this until now, but it's actually called Opus Armada. Is the title of the album that we settled on.
Okay, Opus. Say it again. Opus
Armada.
Armada, and what does it mean? I mean, opus is work.
It means sort of an opus is obviously a collection, a musical collection of songs.
Collection, yeah.
And Armada is a fleet of like battleships.
Yeah,
so
like the
two things collectively is kind of this whole kind of the Trident Waters sort of Armada kind of grand opus.
Yes, I see the connection there. Right, okay.
Settled on it.
Have you got any tour planned to coincide with the release?
We will. We do, but there's nothing sort of much that I can actually announce at the moment. We do have 2 nights at the Kentish Town Forum with the Choir Boys in mid-September. 2 sold out shows with them. They're doing like a whole sort of orchestral kind of show on Friday and Saturday. Again, the exact dates escape me, middle of September. It's all over the press. You'll find it. But yeah, we're sort of playing with them. So there's those. There's a few other bits and pieces we'll be announcing next week, I think. But beyond that, there are sort of other dates and stuff. But we'll let you know further down the line.
What have you been doing then during lockdown? Is it just working on the new album, or? Yeah.
So what we've been doing, we've actually been very, very busy behind the scenes. So first of all, there was the whole album, the whole sort of production, the whole mixing, post-production, sorting all of that out. Obviously, initially we had a date, so we were very focused on that. That didn't really happen. So we got everything kind of wrapped up by about October. Then from there, we kind of started working on new material that we thought would probably be, because there was a point there where we were sort of semi out of lockdown and we were still kind of rehearsing socially distanced at some point last year when you could. And that was when we also did the Webfest kind of video that everyone's going to see after this interview. So we were doing that, and then we went back into full lockdown. So we all recently kind of got Cubase and got into kind of the whole home recording thing, mainly for demoing. But I really started sort of taking to it, and we all did. And we've actually, got all of our kind of toys and all these plugins and all of this stuff, and realised actually this is pretty powerful and a pretty fast way to not only write but to actually just record stuff. So we've been recording a load of new songs, and we're looking to get an EP out before the album. So this is going to come out before September. We've got like a whole lockdown EP of tracks. About 3 of them are kind of recorded. We're going to do about another 2 or 3.
I'm so pleased I asked that question now, because I thought you were going to say, well, yeah, we're just kind of concentrating on the album and that was it. So we've got an EP to look forward to before the album comes out. Right, okay.
And then you've got the full album. Yeah, well, it's sort of quite a long time since Hollywood to Vegas came out. The last one came out, it'll be 2 years in like this June. So it just feels like ages. And we've had a couple of singles since then, but because of everything that's happening, everything's been on hold. So there's this big backlog of material really, and just a lot of writing and ideas. And it was like, what, let's just get all this out. Let's just do it, because we're all sitting at home sending each other tracks. Like Greg's got his own sort of studio at home, so he's recording drums there. Wilson's recording his bass. We're all just sort of sending it backwards and forwards. And it's just really, we found it actually really productive way to work, not actually being in the same room together. It's kind of like faster way to write songs, it seems. So, it's the first time we've done this. So it's kind of like, basically when it comes out, it's going to be a full on, just Trident Waters, no one else involved, just 3 of us playing everything, writing everything, the arrangements, the mixing, the production, the whole thing. And then we're just going to throw it out there and say, here you go. But it's just going to be about a lot of fanfare, this one. It's kind of like more of a home bootleg feel to it, we just wanted to sort of like do something that didn't have a lot of pressure on it, and was just more, it's a more sort of bluesy kind of thing, not so rock, this one. So
so see different sides of you then in the EP and then in the album.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So if people want to find out more about the release dates and about your tour, you should go to tridentwaters.com and your socials, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, we've got Facebook. The Facebook page has got a weird number because Trident Waters, where you condense the 2 words, it has a swear word in the middle, and Facebook won't allow us to have /Trident Waters, weirdly. So it's got those weird numbers, but search Trident Waters and find it. Yeah.
Swear word Trident Waters?
It took me ages to work
so there
out.
is.
If you put the words,
I figured it out.
Together. It took me ages to figure, and they kept saying there's a swear word. I'm like, where's the swear word in Trident Waters? If you just search Trident Waters, it'll come up. There's a page, and there's also a group. There's a fan group as well.
So it's a nice way of getting people involved, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's brilliant. So it's really good to talk to you. It's the first time we've spoken. Hopefully, the first of many. And definitely, I'm looking forward to hearing this EP and then the album, and see you on tour.
Absolutely, yeah. See you soon. I can't believe we haven't kind of, you haven't been to a TW gig yet, Anne.
I haven't. No.
Seeing you too.
I have not been to any of your gigs, so that's on the list for this year. So there we go.
Cool. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, big hugs to you, and the rest of the band, and lots of love, and all the best. Take care.
Okay.